Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Adventures for Anyone. And we're going to take a visit today to Herald Square and the 34th Street Herald Square subway station. Now, this is a good one. It's a big one. There's a lot going on in it, next to it, down the passageway, and above it. This conglomerate sits at 34th Street and Herald Square. It's easily reachable by going through that Times Square station and getting on. I would get on the orange trains to go down there. You can also take the yellow ones. So BDFM and QRW, they all go to Herald Square. Now, Herald Square is an old station. It was created back in 1918. It was one of these lines that originally was for the BMT lines that went down Broadway and then were connected all the way out to Coney Island and Brighton Beach. This is why you have the orange ones and the yellow ones here, because that's where some of those go. So the BMT stands for the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit Corporation, and eventually it was just folded into MTA. Now, as you can see here, this station is multi-level, multi-train, and it also has some interesting connectors going on underground to the PATH system and to Penn Station. So there's just a lot going on here. There's also a passageway that will take you all the way over to Bryant Park, where you find the orange ones as well. So one of the great things about Herald Square, you've heard of it, there's a song, and it is absolutely accurate. And we've all seen the movies of Miracle on 34th Street. So here you have a big station with a lot of corridors, a lot of trains going to a lot of places. Always read the signs. Can't stress that enough. This station here has an interesting history because, as you're going to see soon, it sits right underneath Macy's. Macy's is one of the biggest businesses in New York, which is why, I suppose, it was the intended site for a bombing in 2004, but it was thwarted by the authorities of New York. So another thing you'll see around this place is a lot of security. You see a lot of transit cops. But you'll also see a lot of business fronts here. Now, another thing that is here, besides the old mosaics from the old station, is Koreatown. And for whatever reason, Koreatown decided to put a business right in the subway station. So as you're looking around here, you'll see Naksu, a Korean restaurant. It is there. I didn't find it that day. I'll find it next time. But as I said, as you come up to the street, which I was there at Christmas time, you find yourself at Macy's. And of course, Macy's is ground zero when it comes to Christmas. And Herald Square itself is an enormous place. Now, Macy's is the biggest store in the world. And at Christmas time, they have the most amazing decorations. And you can go there to see Santa in the windows and everything going on. But another thing that you have here at Macy's, where all these stations come together, is Herald Square. Now, at Christmas time, you have this. You have the holiday market. But during the regular seasons, this is a crazy big pedestrian area. You have some bus lanes there, but basically this is for pedestrians. There are places where you can get something to eat and drink all year round here in Herald Square. And this is a station that goes from 32nd Street to 35th Street underground. So there's a lot of exits, a lot of entrances, and a lot of places you can go. Now, one of the things that silly me didn't know about, because I don't go to Macy's very often, is that part of what covers this area is Greeley Square. And something they have at Greeley Square that's really cool is this double-decker carousel. Now, you might think, as I did, I had to look it up and double-check, that this is here for Christmas time, but no, anytime you go to Greeley Square, they've got a carousel. They also have food trucks and food stands all year round, It's just decorated up to be really pretty at Christmas time. It's another big pedestrian area. It's another area that is directly over this gigantic subway and train station underneath. So there's a lot going on up there. There's a Carnegie Diner up there, really good food, nice place to sit and watch all the action in Greeley Square. It's just a great place to spend your time. But we're going to go back underground because I'm going to show you something else that's down here in Herald Square. Now this is something I'm going to be checking out more in the coming year. There's a pathway down here, and it's a long one. You're walking for a while, you're going by a lot of exits, but eventually it takes you to Penn Station, Madison Square Garden, and the PATH trains. You can see at the top of this map, that's where you're at. The PATH trains go over to New Jersey under the river. There's a few stations in Manhattan, not a lot, but they are a $3 ride across the river, folks. It's like a subway ride to go to New Jersey. So that's something. I'll let you know how it is. I'll check it out in the coming year. So this is the end of the corridor where the PATH station is. Now this is the 33rd Street PATH station. It's accessible from a couple of different areas. You use a tap system there. You don't use the Omni card, and you load that, you tap, and you go. The trains run very regularly. But at any rate, this also goes on to Penn Station, which is underneath Madison Square Garden. It sprawls all over the place, so it's great for the bad weather. You can transition to a lot of places. So I wanted to share this wonderful Herald Square station with you today and show you how awesome it is to travel to this area in the little red circle and then make your way back up there to Grand Central when you go home. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot from it, and I will see you soon with my next subway story, and thank you for joining me. Hi, I'm Terry. Thank you for joining me today on Adventures for Anyone, and join me again in the future, and like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And I can teach you where to go in the Northeast, how to have fun, and how to travel the way I do, which is as a budget traveler. Thank you again. Have a great day.